Now on CoastTV News.
Stoplight saga.
I think it's going to be a disaster. I really do.
A new traffic light installed after delays, why people in Milton are split.
Tent troubles.
We're looking for compliance.
Ocean City's new rules on canopies and more not sinking in with visitors just yet.
Rehoboth hotel hype.
Being rebuilt, and it just, to me, beautifies a beach town.
3 large hotel projects, but very different reactions.
After a brief cool down on Delmarva, tracking a big warm-up and thunderstorm chances over the weekend.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
New traffic light at a busy intersection in Milton. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with the long-delayed light, but not everybody's happy about it.
This is when the light was just installed, but if you note here, it's not actually happening right now. It's not operational. That's where CoastTV News' Zakia Jennings live in our First Alert Weather Jeep. And Zakia, Milton people say it's long overdue.
Maddie, I'm heading down Mulberry Street now, but if you take a look here, you'll see the lights are still covered. Concerns and frustration have been brewing in the last months, leading to this installation, and there's still more worries. A newly installed traffic light at the intersection of Mulberry Street and Route 16 in Milton. It was at this intersection that a 74-year-old woman died after she hit a Sussex County EMS vehicle. Juan Fernandez says it's time for safety to be a priority.
There have been a number of accidents there, and just you see a lot of people driving far too quickly there, so I think that's a good place to put it.
Randy Minnick can either turn left or right onto Mulberry Street. A left turn will take him towards the intersection. He says that's something he never does because of the traffic.
I think it's going to be a disaster. I really do. The traffic on 16 and Mulberry is already backed up, especially at this time of the year on Fridays, Saturdays, and even on Sundays. So I don't see how a traffic light is going to alleviate anything but speeders.
With the traffic lights set up but not functional, people are left with the stop signs on Mulberry Street and their awareness as their forms of safety. If you take a look here, you see we're still slowly inching out into traffic onto Route 16. DelDOT has not yet set a firm date for when the traffic light will be fully operational. Live in Milton, Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
This morning, for the second time in a month, a paramedic unit was hit by a driver. The first was at the intersection Zakia was just at on June 6th. State police say 2 paramedics were heading to a call when they were hit at West Coast Road and Marsh Road. A work truck failed to stop at a stop sign, police say. The medics and driver were all taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what makes driving the most dangerous on the coast right now.
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. 73% say bad drivers, 8% say distracted driving, summer traffic at 16%, 3% say bikers and walkers on the road.
And we do have a comment from Stephen Lewis who says the problem is this: in a hurry to get to the beach isn't going anywhere.
If you haven't voted yet, or if you want to give an opinion, you still can. Right now, coasttv.com or our app, and we'll have updates at 11.
We have covered the plans for several new hotels coming to Rehoboth Beach and even 2 on the boardwalk. Today, progress was made on a new Baltimore Avenue hotel project. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Rehoboth Beach. Brandon, one hotel is moving to the next step.
Charlie, the proposed Atlantic Crown Hotel is now moving to a Planning Commission public hearing. And plans for the Atlantic Crown show it will be right here off of Baltimore Avenue on this property, right behind the Atlantic Sands Hotel. Plans say there will be 55 rooms, 42 basement parking spaces, and an additional 15 parking spaces outside. And just around the corner on Rehoboth Avenue, the Bellhaven project, a 4-story hotel with an underground parking garage, has been in the works for years. And just yesterday, the Planning Commission delayed the public hearing for the hotel because of plans being submitted late. That hearing will now continue on July 25th. Coast TV spoke with people in Rehoboth about what they think about these proposed hotels.
We would love to be able to stay on the beach and have more options.
I think that it would ruin the appeal of the smaller shops, and I don't think it would fit in.
Plans for the Atlantic Crown Hotel say it will take up 3 lots here on Baltimore Avenue, leaving just 2 lots until you get to First Street. And no date has been picked yet for the Atlantic Crown public hearing. Live in Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
In case you didn't know, the demolition of the former Grottos and Sirocco Hotel were extended. That's because of structural integrity being compromised. So the demolition did extend, but it is over as of today.
Tonight's concert with the Funsters in Ocean View at John West Park, it's been canceled. This is because of uncertain weather. It has been rescheduled, though. That's going to be Friday, August 29th at 6:30 p.m.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into Rehoboth Beach. Our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono, is in for Paul tonight and has a look at our rainy, hot weekend forecast.
Yeah, we have a little bit of it all. What a shock to the system it's been over the last 24 hours. You could see 24-hour temperature change, especially across the eastern shore. We were about 20 degrees cooler. Well, we only had highs today in the lower 70s. We've stayed relatively steady as far as the temperatures are concerned today. 69 in Rehoboth Beach, 71 Bethany, 70 in Dagsboro, and we are at 71 in Laurel. We've had a persistent onshore flow, keeping the cloud cover in play, keeping us very cool. We're beginning to see a lot of low clouds and fog, visibility down to 1.5 miles in Ocean City, and that's really going to be the theme throughout our Friday evening. 72 right now in Ocean City. You can see the fog in the background there, and as I mentioned, temperatures kind of holding in the lower 70s through the evening. As we get past midnight, a warm front's going to begin lifting through the area, and temperatures are going to be gradually rising through the day tomorrow. So there's the cloud cover really locked in across Delmarva. We had a few areas of rain down to Accomack County. That has since dissipated, but there's the cold front. It's kind of stalled out across Virginia Beach and Norfolk. That's going to eventually lift northward through the night and into our day tomorrow, and that's going to bring the heat back. So it's going to be a brief break from the heat. It's going to feel like 100 to 105 into our Saturday afternoon, and we do have a few pop-up thunderstorms that we could contend with as the sea breeze kicks in. Temperatures generally anywhere between about 88 to 95 inland, and then we're going to kind of have the carbon copy weekend. Sunday, mostly sunny skies. Again, a few pop-up isolated storms possible through the latter part of the afternoon. Everyone is not going to see the rain, so not a complete washout of a weekend. I think you'll get some good hours of sun on the beach tomorrow afternoon, but we keep the thunderstorm threat really in play through early next week. We have a greater chance of thunderstorms in that 7-day forecast. Well, I'll bring that to you in a little bit.
New tonight, an inmate at Sussex Correctional has died and the cause is unknown. The Department of Corrections says Jason Corkell was in jail for shoplifting on June 25th and became ill the next day. The Delaware Department of Corrections says he became unresponsive while being taken to medical staff. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. The state will investigate what caused his death.
New at 6, Ocean City Beach Patrol has modified surf restrictions for today only. Kind of hard to tell, but there is an ocean back there with waves in it. Surfers must now wear a leash at all times. They must grant the right of way to swimmers, stay more than 50 yards from the nearest swimmer or beachgoer, and because of this restriction, no skimboards, stand-up paddleboards, or anything else like that.
Waves and fog. People are still adapting to Ocean City's new tent ban and the rule that prohibits beachgoers from setting up a canopy and then walking away from it before 10 a.m. It also bans any canopies that are larger than 10 feet by 10 feet. Just this week, the Beach Patrol says it had more than 700 violations, but for the time being, the town says it's focused on education, not punishment.
We haven't done any fines. We haven't established what that fine would be. Really, we're looking for compliance. We want to see what the reaction has been working with the Beach Patrol. If in fact they think at some point we need to move to a different level, then that's something that will be discussed at that time.
The mayor says the town may put up new signs in the future to help educate.
New tonight, a man's life was saved in Dewey Beach on Thursday night. The Dewey Beach Police Department says they responded to a CPR call on Salisbury Street, where an off-duty firefighter was performing CPR on an unresponsive adult. An officer used a defibrillator and the man did regain a pulse. before EMS took over and took the man to the hospital. And a new police accountability committee has been formed in Rehoboth Beach and Lewis. Police chiefs Keith Banks and Tom Spell say the group will meet quarterly to advise on policy, training, and community issues. They say the new committee will help strengthen community ties and boost transparency. The public is welcome to attend. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
A look at the new Sussex Central High School when the district says it's going to open.
And after seeing highs only in the 70s today, we're going to be right back up to the lower 90s over the weekend. Sunshine, daily thunderstorm threats. We'll talk all about it in that full 7-day forecast.
From bulls on the beach to stars in the sky, we've got your weekend plans covered, so stay tuned for your cool things to do.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
The heat wave might be simmering down, but your weekend plans are heating up.
We are just one weekend away from the July 4th weekend. Christina DeRobertis has your cool things to do.
If you don't have a fancy European vacation planned for the summer, don't worry. Europe is coming to you. The Starboard in Dewey Beach is bringing a taste of Pamplona, Spain to the coast with the 28th annual Running of the Bull. Down the beach and through the streets, this event brings people together for the sake of silliness and to raise money for the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company. Over in Lincoln, Compassionate Hearts is hosting their Healing Hooves fundraiser this Saturday from 3 to 6. Meet therapy horses that do amazing work helping people heal, and your support can help fund equine-assisted psychotherapy for those who need it most. The BB Ranch is opening its doors for a grand opening event this Saturday from 11 to 6. Explore some new exhibits and learn about the rich history of Chincoteague. After the grand opening, the ranch will be open Tuesday through Saturday until October. And if you're still wondering about plans for Saturday night, head to Millsboro for a community favorite, the Stars and Stripes Festival. It's happening from 6 to 9:30 at the Millsboro Little League Fields on West State Street. Enjoy food trucks, vendors, live music, and a fireworks show to cap off the night. The rain date is Sunday. You can find event details, tickets, and more. Just go to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Well, maybe get that round of golf in late in the morning because we're going to have heat indices once again above 100 tomorrow. Watch out for a few pop-up thunderstorms through the afternoon. We'll talk about more heat and more storm chances in that 7-day forecast when Coast TV News at 6 continues. Well, we were breaking records left and right this week, but today a far cry from that. Temperatures barely getting out of the lower 70s. We're at 70 in Lewis. Damp, dreary, drizzle continues through the evening with some patchy fog. Temperatures generally in the lower 70s. We went from 98 yesterday to a 71-degree high today, and yes, quite a shock to the system indeed. We are at 69 in Rehoboth Beach, 71 in Bethany. You can see that onshore wind gusting upwards of 23 miles an hour in Indian River inlets. We were seeing a lot of low clouds, some fog, visibility now down to 3/4 of a mile in Ocean City, and you could see the clouds pretty much locked in. We had a few areas of showers across Accomack County. Those have since dissipated, so some spotty drizzle through the evening, but that backdoor cold front is kind of stalled out just to the south of the peninsula. That is going to push northward throughout the night. So again, a few spotty showers through the evening, a damp night. By tomorrow morning, we're back to the lower 80s. That's setting the stage for a warm afternoon. Overnight, we are cloudy with the fog, temperatures in the lower 70s. Now for tomorrow, highs generally in the mid to upper 80s at the coast and near 90, lower 90s across the much of interior Delmarva and the eastern shore with those isolated storm chances. And yes, we're talking about triple-digit heat indices once again tomorrow afternoon, feeling like 101 in Georgetown, 103 in Salisbury, and then as we go into our Sunday, feeling like 102 Millsboro, 103 Selbyville, and 102 in Delmar. Now, Futurecast shows a few of those pop-up thunderstorms kind of bubbling up with the sea breeze tomorrow afternoon. Not a widespread event. Looking pretty dry for your Saturday evening plans, and then we're going to do it all over again Sunday, looking like highs in the lower 90s with a few isolated storms popping up throughout the afternoon. Now, as far as the severe threat goes, nothing for Sussex County and points south and east south and east and points for the eastern shore. That threat has been lifted northward into the northern portion of the eastern shore, but we'll continue to monitor that through the weekend. Assateague 83 for your Saturday, Chincoteague 85. We're up to 92 on Sunday as we make our way into Fenwick Island. 84 for your Saturday, 89 into Sunday with those afternoon storms. Ocean City temperatures are generally going to be in the lower to mid 80s through the weekend. As we make our way into Lewis, 89 Saturday. Again, those afternoon pop-up storms are possible. Drenching downpours, a brief gusty wind is possible through the day tomorrow. But you can see we really ramp up our rain chances Tuesday. That is when we expect a stronger cold front to push through the eastern part of the country, and that could bring a few strong to maybe perhaps some severe storms. So we have to watch kind of that window Tuesday afternoon through Tuesday evening. Then as the front passes, humidity is actually going to drop. High pressure settles in, and we're looking pretty nice Thursday and even into the 4th of July. Your 7-day forecast shows temperatures hovering right around the lower 90s over the next 4 days, with again the greatest thunderstorm chance coming in on Tuesday, and then we dry up pretty nicely next Wednesday, 89 degrees and right around 90 degrees Thursday through your 4th of July. Charlie.
Thank you, Chris. The new Sussex Central High School, it is currently under construction on Patriots Way north of Millsboro, and here's how it looks now. The district says it's going to be open in September for the 2025-2026 school year.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, sports fans? The Delmarva Shorebirds are back in action tonight in Game 4 of the 6-game series. The Shorebirds on Tuesday won in dominating fashion 13-6, but the Carolina Mudcats have won the last 2 contests by a score of 5-4 and then 9-3 tonight. Delmarva has a chance to even the homestand. On the mound for the Shorebirds is Carson Dorsey. In 2025, he only has pitched 2 innings with a 4.50 ERA. For the Mudcats, they will send out Travis Smith. He's 0-3 on the year with a 3.57 ERA. First pitch is at 7:05 p.m. and we will have the highlights tonight on the final score at 10:30 p.m. Switching over to hockey, tonight is the NHL draft. The Philadelphia Flyers have the 6th overall pick in round 1, along with the 22nd and 31st overall pick. The Washington Capitals have the 27th overall pick. The Flyers have a chance to get James Higgins at 6, the center from Boston College. And the Capitals are eyeing Benjamin Kindle, the forward from Calgary Hitmen. Make sure you tune into the final score tonight at 10:30 p.m. as we will have the updates on these picks from our local teams in the NHL draft. That'll be for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Cape Henlopen has a program on edibles. Not how you may think, though. Monday at 9:30, explore the park and see how you can use some of the same plants that the animals eat. The turtle's eating a little berry there, if you can't tell. Registration is just $6.
Well, it's a brief cool down on Delmarva today because we're going to be right back up into the 90s over the weekend with isolated storm chances both Saturday and Sunday throughout the afternoon. Spotty in nature, kind of developing with the sea breeze. And the mosquitoes aren't going anywhere, unfortunately, with the humidity very high over the course of the next 3 days. We have our umbrella winner, Lori Brovacco of Millsboro, Delaware. You're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. You get your forecast anytime. Give our weather phone a call, sponsored by Broxton, Mandalas, and Federico. Now, your extended forecast shows the lower 90s over the next few days, and we see a better chance of some widespread thunderstorm activity into Tuesday, and still looking pretty nice for the 4th of July with temperatures in the upper 80s.
All right, Chris, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.